My name is Marlon Willison, and it's an honor to serve our community as one of your council members. And tonight, I'm really pleased to have the opportunity to speak about the key financial area that is financial health and organizational excellence. So, as the mayor alluded earlier, some of these key focus areas have more initiatives and strategic objectives than others. This is one of those ones that have more. So we don't have time to cover every single thing in this key focus area, but we are going to touch upon the ones that are highlighted, and we are going to go into detail about the last strategic objective that you see on this screen, which is explore opportunities for consolidating and/or expanding town facilities. So one of the initiative is to keep a high rating, and obviously we've got the highest. We're throughout Texas. We're only one of 11 cities that has AAA ratings from both S&P and Moody's, and this is a great report card to have. It's not the only one, but it really drives a lot of the things we do. So really appreciative of everything our finance department has done and our leaders to get us this rating and retain this rating. As the mayor alluded to earlier in the budget process, one of our initiatives was how do we reduce some of our current costs? And so thanks to our city manager and his team, they tasked the directives and the directors and the staff to come up with ways that how could we save with things we're already doing. So as you can see from this slide, huge savings, over 469,000 worth of savings, and that was realized before council even came into the budget process. So that was excellent. I've been through 6 budget processes, and this was the first time we've ever done this. So kudos to City Manager Gaines and his whole team. Another initiative is to attract, retain, and develop top-tier employees. And so you can't do that in the competitive marketplace that we are in North Texas if you don't pay competitive rates. So really pleased in this last budget process that the council unanimously approved pay increases that matched our compensation philosophy. But money's not the only thing that we have in the compensation matrix, compensation mix, if you will. So we are constantly looking for new things. What can we do differently, maybe that our other comparator cities are not doing? Maybe they can't do it. So we added 2 holidays. So we've got Juneteenth and Veterans Day we added to the mix, and then also we're considering allowing our employees' families to join them when they work out at the athletic club. The employees already can, but so we're looking to add that also. And we also touched upon it a little bit earlier with the wireless water meter upgrade project that's coming. But we've got 2 things working. We've got that, and then we're going to improve the utility billing portal. So the 2 of those things combined are very powerful tools, and so we're going to have some things available to us that we've never had before in Addison, and it's going to be a lot easier to possibly find out when we've got a water leak. Maybe you get an alert, maybe you get a text if you want that when your water bill is spiked. So that's coming in the first quarter of next year. And so the thing I'm excited to share with you the most is our facilities. And so I think most of you all recognize these facilities shown on this screen, but you may not realize that we have right around 44 facilities that we maintain. Now, about half of those are on the airport property. These are hangars and office properties that we lease. But for tonight's purposes, we're going to talk about off airport. And so Next slide, please. And so Addison was incorporated in 1953. And so at that time, we started acquiring facilities and building facilities. And what you're seeing on this slide is some of our oldest facilities. And so this is kind of interesting because this shows the year that we built these facilities, but it's also important to know that, we don't own them all. We own most of them. We lease some of them. We co-lease Entech right now. We're going to co-own that later. But and then one is Addison Circle Police Substation is free, is offered to us free. So let me go back in time a little bit. In 2018, I was very happy to be serving on City Council, and during our City Council strategic planning, one of the items that we wanted to move forward was a Facilities Consolidation Study. So what you see here is at the top is that, but then a timeline of all the things that have occurred since. And as you can tell, we've achieved a lot in this endeavor. And so where we're at now, physically, the Addison Conference Center, we went through a heck of a lot with COVID, and I don't think anybody got hit harder during that time than our hotel and tourism. And so we had to make some awful tough decisions, and one of those decisions was to close this facility, and unfortunately we had to let go of the employees that worked here. So we made the best out of a really crummy situation, and when we reopened, we repurposed this facility. As you all know, we have town meetings like tonight. We've got city council meetings, P&Z, but we moved our economic development department here, and we're just using this facility differently than what we did pre-COVID. So we've got a lot of transition that's occurring right now, and you see it on this slide. So all of the various departments that work at Town Hall will be moving to this facility. And then the finance team will be moving out of the finance building, and they'll be moving into Town Hall. And then after that, we're talking maybe summer of next year. After that, City Council will make decisions on what will occur at the property where the finance building is now. One of the largest developments that's occurred is at Police and Municipal Courts building. Okay, and so we have had a lot that's occurred at this building since 2018. We've got, as you can see at the bottom, we've got skyrocketing expenditures, and we've got a lot of issues with this building. We've got to bring it up to ADA compliance if we were to keep it. We've got code issues. We've got space issues. We've got issues with the jail not really quite being able to function like we'd like. Here's an example. So if one of our officers needs to take somebody to jail, they're gonna drive over to Grapevine, because that's who we contract with right now. And as you can tell from this slide, that takes a while. So that might take about an hour, maybe more, to go over there and back. And so during that time frame, we all love to see our officers patrolling the neighborhoods and patrolling their beat. Well, that's tough to do when you're spending an hour driving back and forth. So we've got a lot of issues to shore up with our police and municipal courts facility, and really, unless you've toured it, it's kind of hard to explain. You have to really see it. And so what we're going to do, we can't have everybody tour it tonight, but we can via video. And I'm going to get the help of Chief Freeze, and then afterwards the city manager. We're going to show a little video of where we're at with police and municipal courts, and then also where we're at with the conference center.
Addison is committed to ensuring that our facilities not only meet today's needs, but also anticipate future growth and challenges. Today, we take a closer look at two critical updates that are reshaping the future of our community: our Police and Courts building and the transformation of the Conference Center. The Police and Courts building, originally constructed in 1984, has served us for decades. However, as the town has grown, so too have the demands on our public safety infrastructure. With annual maintenance costs that exceed $320,000, 3 times the average for other buildings, it has become clear that a new approach is needed.
Good afternoon. My name is Chris Freese. I serve as the Chief of Police for the town of Addison. Our current facility is showing signs of significant deterioration. Let's go on inside and I'll show you some areas that require some immediate attention. So this is our employee break room. As you can see, everything in here is extremely dated. Notice all of the old paint on the cabinets, tile damage from previous water damage. And this is where officers come in, eat their lunch, try to decompress in between calls. This is where our detectives do their work. This is our Criminal Investigations Division. If you can see right up here, we have water damage. Anytime there's a heavy rain, we have to place buckets here on the floor because we constantly have water that comes in. Right here we have our supervisor's office. It's one office that we've crammed 2 different people into. You can see there's not a lot of workspace. As you can see through the tour, we are completely maxed out on space. We're trying to expand. We don't have the office space for new officers or anything like that. So this is our decommissioned jail. Again, not having the space, we use this area for anything that we can: storage, evidence processing, evidence storage, which is what we're going to look at right now. As you see here, we're in charge of tracking approximately 22,000 individual articles of evidence, and we have no space in order to do that effectively. Here we have our evidence processing room. Again, this is a decommissioned jail cell. Due to the EOC requirement that all buildings have a space for nursing mothers, this is our lactation room that again is a previous jail cell that we've tried to outfit. So this is where members of our SWAT team hang their gear, their uniforms. Again, not having space, they try to make the best they do. We have officers hanging clothes on the wire from the telephone. So again, with the building being as old as it is, it's not ADA compliant. We don't have an elevator for the 2nd floor. So if you need to go upstairs, here's our stairwell. Now let's go in and look at our locker room. This is where our police officers come in, change, get ready for shift, take showers and everything like that. These lockers are extremely small. A lot of times the officers can't even keep all of their issued gear within here. The new way going forward with new facilities is they're a lot wider and bigger that allows all of your gear to be stored in one spot. Again, and then just outgrowing the space that we have, trying to find and maximize any little place that we have. This is part of the shower, but we installed racks, and this is where officers keep their patrol bags, their boots, anything they want to try to hang up and dry out. As you can see, we've dealt with constant repairs from leaks to structural issues, and we've outgrown the space designed over 40 years ago. Our maintenance costs keep rising, and we're still not meeting the needs for security, ADA compliance, and future growth.
After several years of study and discussion, the Council endorsed a plan in May 2024 to build a brand new police and courts facility at the current location with an estimated cost of $35 million. This decision follows years of careful planning, beginning in 2018 with a facility consolidation study and continuing through multiple phases of evaluation. The Council prioritized this project not only to address the building's condition, but also to ensure the long-term safety and security of our community. Once complete, the state-of-the-art facility will meet the needs of both current and future operations while improving security and ADA compliance. Construction is expected to begin after the demolition of the existing structure, with police and court operations temporarily relocated during the process. The current timetable is to hire an architect to design and provide construction documents for rebuilding in fiscal year 25. While plans are in motion for the new police and courts facility, another major renovation is underway at the Addison Conference Center. Last year, the City Council chambers and several staff offices were moved to the Conference Center. Until then, the building had been empty since it was closed in 2020 during the COVID pandemic. To better serve Addison's needs, the Conference Center is being reimagined to house permanent council chambers and offices of the city manager, City Secretary, Human Resources, Economic Development, and Marketing and Tourism with an investment of $2 million. In addition to better utilizing existing town assets, this plan will centrally locate many of the town's core functions.
These updates are part of our broader goal to maximize existing facilities while preparing for the future. As part of these upgrades, we will harden the building to ensure a safe working environment for our employees. The front lobby area will be open to the community, as will the permanent council chambers, but the remainder of the building will be closed to the public. When the building was completed in 1992, it was recognized for its unique architectural style. We plan to incorporate as many of those design elements in the plans as possible. For instance, offices will be built in the hallway between these steel beams that are part of the building's original commitment to sustainability.
We have released a request for qualifications for this project and plan to bring an item to council in November for consideration. From public safety to civic engagement, these facility updates represent Addison's commitment to maintaining a high standard of excellence in asset management. As we continue to evolve, we'll ensure our facilities are ready for the next 50 years.
And I'd like to thank everybody that was involved in creating this video because it's incredibly helpful. So thank you. As you can tell, Police and Municipal Courts is not what we represent. And it does not help us with recruiting and retaining officers, okay? And so we are going to correct that. So this council has approved the architectural design plans, and when we get those, we'll take the next steps and go from there. One of the last things I want to talk about is I think hopefully we've all received what we call is the popular annual finance report. Hopefully you received this in the mail, but if you want to learn more about Addison and our finances, this is an award-winning document that our finance team has put together, and it is incredible. It's incredible. I love the images. I love the way it tells the story. And I don't have to read the certified, the CAFR, the certified annual financial report that's 700 pages or so forth. But this is excellent. So if you don't have one of these, you can get one of these at Town Hall or give me a shout and I'll find a way to get it to you. And I also want to thank Mary Rosenbleeth, our Director of Marketing. So she works with all of us and puts together these presentations and makes us look like gold up here. And I appreciate you doing that. Thank you. And with that, thank you for your time. And I want to ask the mayor to come back and take the stage.